Hello, everyone. Welcome again, African Women in Trade. We are all getting here ready to start. And I'm your host, Joy Zenz, the founder of African Women in Trade. And I'm excited for the discussion for today, because the discussion for today will be a discussion that we are going to talk to very powerful two ladies with us, and it's how African women are spearheading the tech and engineering industry. So if you're there and you can hear us, engaged with the discussion for today. So share as much as possible. Tell us where you're listening from, and we have tell us also where you're situated, and also get yourself engaged with the discussion for today. Yes, today it's all about two strong women who are doing great work. And I've been joined here by Nyima Jadama. She's also one of the hosts of today, and we'll be taking you through with the guests as they come in. Hi, how are you, Nyima?
Hi, Joy. Good evening from Berlin. Good afternoon, good morning to wherever you may be watching us from. As Joy said, I am Nyima Jadama, and I am delighted that I am co-hosting. Like she said, we are actually talking to two phenomenal women, super strong. These women are actually spearheading offices. I mean, in an industry that may seems like a male-dominated industry, that is technology and these two women are just doing wonderful. So we have today in our studios THATO MOKHOTHU actually runs her own company called RTT Consult. She has also founded phenomenal women in Africa in South Africa. She's also the director of TM TriMat, one of the directors. And we also have Joshna Nagar, who is also the director of
I think we lost you, Nyima. Yes, as she was saying there, we have Joshna. She's been here with us as well as one of the of our main guests as well today. And so yes, unfortunately we've lost the Nyima, and she'll be joining us again. I hope nothing serious on her side. Yes, today it's all about getting our. Let me see, she's back as well. Let's see if she's gonna be connected as well. Yes, so our guests are here. Welcome everyone, and I want to welcome our listeners. Share as much as possible. I can see some of you are writing there, telling us where you're listening from. Sorry for the hiccup. I can see somebody there. Hello everyone. Yes, from South Africa, based in Mpumalanga with Bank, ready to take notes. Yes, welcome. Share with your friends and gather up the rest as I try to also check where everybody is and also share. Go ahead, Nyima, and I'm going to mute the rest, and then you can unmute yourself so that we don't get background noises as well. So go ahead, Nyima. Okay, we are having a hiccups there. So go ahead, introduce yourself. Let me take up the opportunity here and really get us started with the discussion for today. And I'm going to go ahead with THATO. How are you, THATO? How are you doing?
Good evening, everyone. I'm doing very well, Joy, and how are you?
I'm fine. And how is South Africa at the moment?
South Africa is great. It's doing. We are okay. It's just dealing with the pandemic like the rest of the world, but we getting there. You know, we're not giving up.
Okay, great, fantastic. You're in the right place. And I'm going to also check on hi Joshna as well. How are you doing? Also in South Africa, are you okay?
Hi, yes, we all okay. Just like that, just said, just dealing with the pandemic. and hopefully, I'm sure we will get through it.
Great,
Just like the rest. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, THATO, go ahead, introduce yourself. Who is THATO? This lady, she's a very dynamic lady. She's very ambitious, really going for go-getter. I call them, they're ladies, you call them go-getter. She's a mobilizer. Wherever she goes, there's a huge flock of women, and they will be coming here as well to support her. I love the Ubuntu spirit for South Africa as well. Introduce yourself, who you are, and also what you do as an engineer leading lady in the African industry.
Good evening, everyone. My name is THATO MOKHOTHU. Originally from Bloemfontein. It's a small province in South Africa. And I'm a mother of 3 beautiful children. And I'm involved mostly in male-dominated industries, which is the construction and consulting engineering. And I also own a tire shop. So I sell new tires, and we also do retrading of old tires. Then I am the founder of a female group called Phenomenal Women Africa. And I'm the newly appointed chairperson of Miriam Makeba Center for Girls that is based in Midrand in South Africa. And that is for me a very exciting thing for me. Like, I'm very excited about that and looking forward to make sure that we get the center running and getting all the girls and making sure that we have mentors. And I'm glad that I'm meeting women all over Africa so that we can bring back the spirit of Umama Africa back into the center and take care of young girls. Thank you.
Exactly. Wow, I love that powerful. And that role that you have been given of Makeba is a strong platform there that you need to lead with the young girls and that industry where you are in. It's absolutely. So I'm going to check if Nyima can hear us now well.
Yes, I am back.
Okay, go ahead and introduce Joshna, please.
Joshna Nagar is also, I also call a phenomenal woman, also in the technology industry, where mainly actually it's a male-dominated field. She is the founder of APJ Technologies and also founder of the Women Chambers in Entrepreneurship in South Africa. These women are also energetic and full of passion, leading and paving ways for their fellow women. I would say men as well, because if you dominate a male industry, employing male, for me, that is woman power. Thank you, Joshna, for joining us. First, I would like you to also introduce yourself and tell us a bit about APJ. What is the motive behind? How did it all start?
Hi, evening Joy and evening Nyima and THATO. Thank you so much for having me on your show today. I really appreciate it and for this opportunity. APJ Technologies is a software company that operates here in Mpumalanga, Mbombela, or Nelspruit as it was previously known. I've always had a passion for IT. I love the challenge of trying to solve things, and I think IT, because I'm such a busy mind and a busy body, I think it suits my personality really well. So my passion came from just trying to understand how programs work and how can I change it and messing around with it. So yes, a very male-dominated industry that I'm hoping to change the perception of it and trying to get more women on board to get into the field and really show them how we can take creativity and brains and put it together and come up with something awesome.
Speaking of creativity and trying to get more women involved, I will actually throw this question to THATO, who has employed 100% female and Black in her RT and consulting company. THATO, how did you make this and why 100% women and Black? You're muted.
The company is 100% women owned because currently I'm the only owner. So hence it's 100%. But when it comes to my employees, we have engineers that are male and we have ones that are females. But the aim behind it is because when I founded the company, I've always wanted to go into industries where we are told that we cannot go into, like, that are well known as male-dominated industry. Because I always say when you make a mark or when you go into an industry, you must make sure that you make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such industries, we must make sure that we make a mark. And as women, when we enter such indust we know that for example, in the construction industry or engineering industry, to the construction, we build houses. When you ask a woman to build a house, for them, it's actually giving somebody a shelter, somebody a home, unlike just going out there and having profit as your motive. So for me, as a mother, I know how it feels and how happy does a person who needs a house feels when the house is well built, and the aim is not just finishing and getting rid of it and then going to the next project. So I think I'm very passionate about what I'm doing, and I need to make a mark so that when other women sees me, like I cannot say I'm the only woman entire. I cannot say I'm few. I'm amongst few of the women, because we want more women. So we need to put the light up there so that once we go forward, we take other women forward with us in the same male-dominated industry. So we know we don't want to keep on saying it's a male-dominated industry. We are in, we are within. Thank you.
That's powerful. We are in, we are within. Speaking of that, Joshna, are you also involving women participation in the APJ technologies to have more women participation, females, especially young girls? How is the response been like from your side?
Absolutely. So from my side, I can say that in terms of the actual development work that I really love, there's very few females in that space. But my whole aim is to get females up to that standard, and for them not just be in a corner, but to come out and expose themselves. So I deal a lot. I try and find talent a lot in of females that are within that space. I really actually make it a mission to make sure that there's more females that I'm working with than male.
Mm-hmm. Joy, do you have something?
Wow, that is so impressive. The male-dominated world, you two are leading in this area. I want to thank everybody who is listening to us. I hope you're also getting motivated here, and the women are leading in technology. We are now in the area of South Africa, in the continent, and especially in the engineering and technology sector. And I'm telling you, these really are doing very well. And I want to go on and ask THATO one question here in terms of where she has been very, very active in, especially in the area of the technology for women in the construction. Why engineering and construction, and what is still holding you firm and successful in this area? Because I know the women are really doing quite it's a dominant, because I have some of my members as well in the construction industry, and there's this area where you go in and they say, oh, we send a manager or the CEO or whoever, and then THATO appears. How do you deal with these situations, and how do you manage that?
Okay, I think first of all, what motivated me to get into both construction or consulting engineering was, while I was still employed long time ago, I used to work in the bank as a home loans consultant. And most of the queries that we used to have when it comes to building loans was when contractors never finished the people's houses. And for us, it was always an issue to say where the clients comes back to us, because they need to appoint those people as long as they have NHBRC. And you'll find that most of the contractors, they literally, once they get their first payment for foundation, they disappear with the money. Then you can't find them. And for me, it used to bother me a lot to say, what is it that can be done? And why is it most of the people, unfortunately, it's male, because that time most of contractors were males. And that motivated me to say, because I'm working with contractors on a daily basis. And that's what inspired me as well to go into the industry, to say, if I do go into the industry, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to provide a quality service, and I am going to give women or families homes where they can be like shelter, shelter for families. And that's what inspired me when it comes to construction. But when it comes to engineering, we know when you start a business, you always want your business to grow. So one of the elements is I was working with engineers all the time, because when you're a contractor, there's always somebody above you, which is the consultant. And most of them will say, you know what, you are so good at what you're doing. I think when you expand your company, start a consulting engineering firm. And one thing that I'm so grateful about, or The only reason that I'm grateful is because I don't want to have things that I say obstacles. The fact that I am not a qualified engineer, but I'm an entrepreneur. So I have hired qualified engineers who are appointed in my company as my engineers. And to me, I want to set an example to women out there to say you should not allow anything to be an obstacle to you, especially to say, I didn't study engineering. It's just that when you go to an industry, you make sure that you're going to know more about the industry. If I have to go study further and equip myself in terms of engineering, I will do that to say I will know more about engineering. If I have to go and register and complete engineering, I will go and do it. But when you go to an industry, you don't have to have qualification as long as you are an entrepreneur, because our role as entrepreneurs is to solve issues, is to make sure that where there's issues, we come in as entrepreneurs, and you don't have to have qualifications, but qualifications helps, but make sure that your people, the people that are surrounding you, they are qualified, because we don't want building collapsing on people. So what has been keeping me is every time when I get a project, whether it's big or small, I always make sure that I put women companies to work with. I always mentor women. I think that's one of the reasons that I won an award for CIDB Eric Awards, where it was last year, November. The CIDB, which is one of the companies that make sure that we, in terms of quality, in terms of standards, we are up there. And the reason I won the award is because when I have a project, it's not my project, it's our project. And I know how difficult it is to be in construction or to be in consulting and not get appointed for the whole year. And while you have people that are actually getting millions worth of projects, and they don't really care about having a grade one or mentoring other women or making sure that even kids in schools get motivated by people in construction. So in South Africa, I work with schools, especially technical schools, that have construction as well as one of the subjects, to say I'm exposing them to my company so that they can see, if you're studying about foundation, what is it? What do they mean when they say foundation? So you can see it literally, not just in class. So I think the fact that I have so many people relying on me, that keeps me on my toes to say I cannot fail. When I fail, then they're going to fail. Because as a mentor, people are watching you every day. So everything that I do, I must know that people are actually watching. Those young girls are actually watching. So I cannot give up and I cannot fail. Thank you.
Of course you can fail. Joy, you are muted. Of course you can fail, and I really love such a woman. You know, when you were speaking, I was like, what a person with loads of self-esteem. What a confident woman. And I think people like us are grateful to have at least cross-path online with people like you, Joy, and so on, to at least know that, okay, there is this one that if I even saw a post from her, I am motivated to move on. Thank you for that, and keep winning, and keep employing men. Keep embracing women power. I love this. Joshna, speaking of, you know, empowering female, mentoring them, and so on, you have actually started with 3 members. Reading from your profile, with 3 members, setting up the APJ Technologies to over 300 members right now. How are you able to do this? And also, how are you actually spreading your wings in terms of collaborating both locally and internationally to other women-led organizations across the globe?
Yeah, so, you know, it started out as an idea. So one of my clients, excuse me, we're just trying to sort the light out. I'm in a bit of a dark here. Apologies, yeah. And what actually happened was that my client was going through a tough time. And I've always had this natural ability to help ladies or just people, to either connect them to a resource or to help them out. And I've always loved serving. I think that for me has been the biggest, sorry, just one moment. I think one of the things that really inspired me was just that the fact that I could serve this lady, this client, bring her up. And one of my friends, you know, just told me, Josh, why don't you start a WhatsApp group? So I said, I don't really know how that's going to help. I've got no networks, I've got nothing. And really what happened from there was we just grew from 3 to 300, I think from 3 to about 150 in 3 days. It was just a word of mouth and ladies knowing each other. So that actually tells you about the power of women and networking. And that for me was amazing. And then within, I think, just over a year, we moved to over 300 ladies. And the membership increased because of the value we added, because of the workshops we ran actually transformed lives. And I think that is where the word spread even more. So today we are still continually growing. Just last year, we took 77 ladies through a training workshop that me personally, as an entrepreneur, would have loved to have gone through had I been in the early stages, so that I could have been in a quicker, I could have been in a certain place in a faster time. So that journey that I went through, we sort of sculpted a training, a workshop around that, and it really transformed 44 ladies out of that workshop, which was amazingly impressive. So, and that was during COVID, that was during, going online and trying to sort things out. And I think for me, the big plus is being in technology. It sort of just helped me to spearhead this whole thing in the direction and the vision that I saw. So for me, that is how we are growing. And through now, obviously, our networks of for me, the Women's Chamber as well as APJ has just gone on networking and more networking. And I'm not a shy person. I'll tell everyone what I do, how I do it, and what I'm trying to, what's my vision, especially more than my business. I'm always talking about the Women's Chamber of Entrepreneurs because my passion truly lies in serving and providing resources to ladies to grow at a quicker rate than what I did. And I think that's where the vision and the mission comes strongly in. And then together with that APJ Technologies, I know what's it like being in the field. It's been tough and it's been difficult, where projects have been taken off, where I've run them. And, this was in apartheid times. And I knew the struggles that just with being in apartheid and then being female, what that actually brought on. And I think that has just given me more, what's the word? More
zeal or energy.
more energy to actually just take this forward. I think that drives me a lot, actually. And I'm very passionate about that. So yes, I definitely in my field do look for women who are performing, who have the talent that I'm looking for.
One thing with regards to this slogan that says, if you educate a woman, you educate the whole world. I think one slogan, what people should also add is that if you push a woman, she goes beyond expectations. It's like you have pushed the whole world. Because if you start doing something, you are like, you just got more zeal to move on, so that, men would know that, okay, this one is trying to challenge me. We're not challenging you. We are trying to hold, because we're always in leadership positions. We want to show you that, or to affirm that we are not just women, we are leaders. We are part of decision making. Just give us a push. We would change the world. And I love it how you women are going by with your things.
Just to add on that one, just to check on my listeners there. They're all listening, enjoying this discussion. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. African Women in Trade. This is African Women in Trade platform. And it's all about women who are doing in business, doing a lot of achievement. And to find us, you can find us on www.africawomenintrade.com. That's how we even found ourselves. As you heard, it's about building up networks, and from networks you get to know another network, and the connection is quite amazing. And these ladies here, they're actually not just connected, they're actually action takers. Because as we speak right now, they are our representative from African women in trade in South Africa. And congratulations, I'm so happy to have you on board. That's a really big achievement. I'm looking forward to have movers like you ladies on board, pushing us, supporting the African women in trade in the direction of these achievements. So we are really excited to have you. Now, because we are talking about trade and trading is business, let's get down to business about your products. Let's know about your products. What products do you have in the market? Because some people here are talking, okay, they're engineering and they're on technology. What are their products on their page? Because right now, I want you to pitch, tell them the products that you have and how you are looking for partnership, or what effort, what support do you need from the people who are listening here, because we have very powerful people here listening now and later, and they need to follow your work. And as you listen, the listener, I'll be putting their website down, and then you can see. So go ahead, THATO, tell us about your products, what is on the market at the moment, and what support do you, or partnership, or what kind of business are you looking for at this point?
Okay, good evening again. Joy, one thing that I'm definitely looking forward to, I believe so much in collaboration. And I believe as women, if we want to change Africa to be the Africa that we want, we need to collaborate. And I think one thing that I'm very proud about is currently, I mean, on the 24th of February, I'm going to be going to Kenya and presenting to the government of Kenya because they wanted to know how can I assist them in terms of roads consulting, and also the water project, because I'm also doing a lot of water project to see how can I assist and bring water to the people, and building houses to say we build houses. But one thing that I want to emphasize to women is, even if you are not in construction, but if you have an opportunity to learn about construction, to learn about consulting engineering, RTT is there and I am there. That's my website, and you can go through my website. You will see the kind of things that I do. We do smart cities. We do mining projects in terms of consulting. We do a lot of other things in terms of consulting. And one thing that I have learned is that if I want to perform well in an industry, I need to collaborate with somebody with experience. So now what RTT has done as a consulting firm or as a construction firm, I've collaborated with a big company that is operational in the entire South Africa. And that company has more than 32 years operational as a consulting firm. So they've taken me under their wings as one of the enterprise development program to make sure that I do my work, and in terms of checking my work, in terms of my drawings, in terms of the things that I need to submit, they are behind me. So when I'm going to the rest of Africa, I'm coming with this mother that's coming to assist me to make sure that I am good and I'm doing quality work. And that's what I'm emphasizing to other women out there, to say, we need to build Africa. We cannot allow people coming to Africa and showing us how to do things while we can do it ourselves. And I know many of our problems, especially in Africa countries, is it's funding. But we have a lot of people that are working, the diaspora, that are out there, that knows that what's happening in Africa. And it will take us, especially those ones that have already, like yourself, especially, you are out there and you know what is it, like you do workshops regarding funding to say, how can you get funding, grants actually, to do business in Africa. Those are the kind of topics that we need to be talking about. We cannot have topics about talking about how white monopoly or, all those things. We need to have a way forward to say, what is it that we're going to do now to move Africa forward? Because Africa needs women, it needs men that are willing to go out there and see, with our experience, with our expertise, with our knowledge, what is it that we can do? And in terms of opportunities that are out there, there's so many opportunities in Africa. But we, as the Africans, we need to make sure that we are ready, we are well equipped. And that's one of the things, one of the reasons why I so fully want to be part of our group, of our women group, is because I want to see that women are trained in terms of the project that they need to be doing. I need to see more women in construction in the entire Africa. I need to see more women in consulting engineering. And like I said, I have a company that I've collaborated with. So it shows that collaboration will then take us further. And I want to see women if I'm based in South Africa, I should not be scared to go in Kenya. I should not be scared to go in Ghana. I can go anywhere because I have a woman that is based there that I can collaborate with. And that's what the aim of RTT consulting and construction is doing. And that's the whole aim of Africa. Africa women needs to be, we need to be looking forward to working together and making sure that we build the Africa that we want. And like I said before, we are there to train. Opportunities in Africa are there, and we want to rebuild our continent, and we have what it takes. The construction is a very it's a big space. As part of my construction company, we're also doing alternative building technology, where you don't have to build with bricks. Those are the type of trainings that we want to give to women to say, these are other methods. There are other methods out there that you can use to fast track the fact that we still don't have a proper housing system in other African countries. That is not okay, because the solutions are here. But now, how do we get those solutions out there to make sure that other women in other countries, they can also provide houses in their in their countries? And I am ready. Hence, I raised my hand to say I am ready to serve.
That's so beautiful. I mean, I just want to listen to you the whole time. It's just amazing. I'm just looking at this construction, the roads and all that. And I have to connect you with one of our members called One Boy. She's in construction engineer in the UK. And this is something so motivating, seeing you fighting with the whole idea, pushing it forward, and you can hear the passion in it, because something that we women do with passion, and we put all our energy in it, and you can see it that with you, and everybody understand your language. So your table right now, you're looking for partnership. So if you're in another country, right now she's going to Kenya, I am gonna be following you up because I'm from Kenya as well, and I'll be watching about that opportunities. If you need support that area, reach out. She's looking for other countries, construction, because construction, especially for the roads, I'm imagining the roads, we need to build the infrastructure, as you said. The roads need to be built so that people can start trading, because without these opportunities, not only flying in Africa, we need roads connecting with each other. This is a needed industry, and especially in the government. The governments are opening doors. So if you're in the government industry, in the construction, reach out to THATO. They are doing amazing one, and she has a very strong company. And employment, the whole sector has a huge network of employment and training, as she said, included on it. And I love that. Thank you so much for this, telling us those products that you are having, and joined again with a very powerful lady here in the tech industry as well. I'll let Nyima take you through that one, and tell us, Joshna, now your time to tell us about your products. I want to also appreciate everybody here who is listening. We love your time here. If you have any question to these ladies, as you can hear, they're very powerful ladies doing amazing work. Construction industry, throw your questions there, and we'll be asking them. And if you want to connect with them also as well, we are sharing with you their website, and you can check already as we're speaking now. It's a good opportunity to get a job as well, some of you in these sectors. So these are ladies who have actually quite a lot on the table for you. So let Nyima introduce Joshna Nagar, so that she can also tell us about her product and how you as a listener can take advantage of this. So welcome.
So before I actually ask Joshna about her products, I would just start it with a quote from THATO. But before THATO, I start with Barack Obama and Angela Merkel. Barack Obama said, yes, we can, and we did. Angela Merkel says, wir schaffen das, and we have made it. And THATO is saying, my hands are always up. We are moving forward. We will be there. I think we're already there. So speaking of that, Joshna, I am also taking a quote from you. I am a catalyst, unleashing potential within people. I am interested to know what specific potentials are you actually unleashing within people, especially women and young girls.
So I believe that everyone has exponential, actually, potential within them. And sometimes they just need a hand to help them, or they need a resource to provide that can be provided to sort of set them up so that they can take it further and beyond their wildest dreams. So that's what I've done my entire life, actually. I've just connected to people, or I've said, go on this training, or do, something that would sort of uplift your business, go on a course. I've even signed up for courses and given it to other people. And for me, that's what it means, unleashing your potential. It means living your true self with passion and with hunger and with drive. And I believe everyone has it.
Thank you very much. That is actually powerful. And I go to THATO. I mean, listening to you
just before that, I would really want you to let Joshna tell us about her products.
Exactly, your services and products.
Yes, her service and product, because we really need to know about her products so that people can know how to engage, because this is all about trading and getting to know the products that are there. So go ahead, Joshna, tell us about also your products and how people can reach to you, and what opportunities are there are you offering for people, and also partnership. Who knows what you have on your table?
So absolutely. I mean, I've developed 3 main products within my company, and all of them started because I offered my services to a rural school, and I wanted to create a virtual resource for the school because I just saw how they struggled with resources. So APJ Technologies designed and developed something called Simple School Solutions, which is an integrated system which manages an entire school, from the admin to the teacher to the parent to the student. And it provides an entire system on the cloud that allows a school to operate, any school, be it a rural school or a community school, as a normal public or private school here in South Africa. So my dream and vision is to take that and distribute it to as many rural schools as possible. And for that, I am looking for a partnership. My dream is 1,800 schools this year, where I'm wishing to actually put that into. And then the other app that I've created is called eTutor Africa. And what that actually is connecting students and tutors on a platform with institutes, learning institutes that provide training as well. So it's literally taking your traditional tutoring and putting it online on the cloud and at the convenience for students, be you in a rural part, be in a community, to connect with tutors that can actually help you grow. And all these 2 apps actually came out because of my passion for helping the rural school. I saw a vision and I mapped it out, and we've got it developed, and we're ready to rock and roll with it. Obviously, COVID has put a bit of a stump on it, but it is there. The other app that we've created is called a coaching, mentoring, and tutoring app, training app, not tutoring, sorry. And this coaching, mentoring, and training app is really inspired by the Women's Chamber, where I saw there is a need for coaches, there's a need for mentoring, and there's a need for training. So we've got an online cloud-based system as well that is ready to use to onboard anyone, be you female or not female, but all coaches, all mentors, all trainers, to come on board and put your stuff online. We've created a platform where all entrepreneurs, that's for entrepreneurs actually, where they can come on board and then create leads for themselves, and also then connect with other training institutes, with other clients, with other coaches, with other mentors. I've also got a brand called launcherafrica.com, and this is basically for entrepreneurs as well, where we create packages for female entrepreneurs, taking them from an idea to market, into the entrepreneurial space, holding their hand completely with the entire cycle from idea and creating the idea into a digital solution. So we've got quite a few things happening on APJ Technologies. We are looking for collaborations. We are looking for access to market. We are looking for us to be heard and to be found by somebody who could help us take this out into Africa.
I'll just take it from, I saw a vision and map it out from you. I would say, don't just be mapping visions, but keep mapping potentials, and specifically women potential, and make sure they're also in leading roles. I am really proud of you guys. To THATO, I mean, you have set up a women-led organization, Phenomenal Women Africa. Tell us the objective, or what is this Phenomenal Women Africa about? What do you guys do?
Phenomenal Women, it's an organization that I started in 2012. One of the aim then was to make sure that, because remember when you go into a business industry, like you were working and now suddenly you are self-employed, it's such a difficult journey. And I found myself in a space where I was so lonely, and you especially now when you go into construction and you have women that are actually an obstacle. So I found it very challenging to say, how does women become an obstacle once they know that it's so difficult for us to be in business, because now we're facing men, we're facing white males, and we have to face other women as well. And I felt that there's always a myth that women cannot work together.
Mm-hmm.
And I was against it, to say, you know what, it will take myself and a group of women that I'll be working with. That's how I said it. It was that small that time, to say, I'm going to be working with women that are willing to be working, and we want to make sure that we face out this myth that women cannot work together. And for those women that are out there that have positions, because they'll literally be having positions positions that will enable them to change other women's lives, that will be able to change or give them opportunities. They will not be doing that. Instead, they will make sure that their lives are changed, and they'll make sure that their friends and close ones' lives are changed, instead of actually opening it up to other women and making sure that, since they are in a space or in a better position to change lives for other women, then let them rather do that, instead of actually closing the doors on other women.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the objective then. But over the years, the objectives changed, because now we had more women that now were joining Phenomenal Women, and we felt that now we are actually working together, and they see us working together. Then we changed the objective to say, we do not want to be working only in, because that time it was only in my province in the Free State. And that's when it grew to other provinces in South Africa, where now we have Phenomenal Women in the Free State, we have Phenomenal Women in Northern Cape, and other parts of South Africa. And now it makes it easy to then trade with other women in other provinces, to say, how do you market your services? How do we give them? I mean, we give them workshops. We work with government to say, what is it that the government is trying to achieve for the year? And our trainings are based on the objectives of the government, to make sure that we can't just train you on something where there's no opportunities. So, for example, in our government now, we know that their aim for this year is to make sure that they want more women to go into manufacturing. So we want to then train women in manufacturing and give them opportunities when it comes to manufacturing, to say, how do you enter manufacturing? What are the products? But now with the African women, it gives it a more mileage than what we were anticipating, to say, Africa needs products. There's always an exchange of something, and when you go to manufacturing, we always need access to markets. So for me, this is such a great opportunity for other women, for women that are part of this platform, to say, if the opportunities are there and you can sell your product, rather manufacture something that you can sell all over our continent, because the market needs to be there. There's no use you go and manufacture something that you're going to struggle to have a market. But now, with the workshops that we have on every Monday, it's easy to then Joy, they always bring up all these opportunities to say, in Kenya, this is what we need. In Ghana, this is what we need. So when you are based in South Africa and you are part of Phenomenal Women, those are products that you will be manufacturing, because there's a market already out there. So we train women, and we also do workshops we teach them how to start the business, because one of the fundamentals of business is to make sure that the foundation is correct. And in terms of, if you want my tax clearance, if you want my tax certificates, they are there. If you want my registration papers, they are there. You have a website of how you can sell your business. So those are the elements that we're looking into. And when it comes to construction, hence I was saying earlier to say I subcontract other women. I subcontracted women that are part of Phenomenal Women to say, if you are in construction and you have never done a project, let me give you a project. As small as it is, at least it's a start of something. And we'll then be sharing different opportunities in terms of when I'm given something bigger, I would rather share a piece of the pie than having a pie all to myself. So that's one of the things that we do. And the other thing that we do mentoring. If you are in an industry and you've been in the industry for quite a while, we have Phenomenal Women Youth, where is our young women that are part of the youth. And we're saying if they want to go into construction or they want to go to engineering, then it's my duty as a Phenomenal Woman to see that I mentor a couple of women or young women to go into the construction. And I always say, when you go into construction, in my field, there are certain things that I need to stop them from going to. Like, for example, as a female and you are in the construction, we always know that you always have men that are chance takers, especially when they want to offer you opportunities and they will be having all these funny demands. And now, because I've refused such demands and I'm still standing without, and I'm still standing. So it's my role and my responsibility to show young girls to say, if a man comes to you, a man, if they want to help you, they need to help you because you are a businesswoman, not because you are a female. They need to help you because you are a businesswoman, and they cannot make a certain demands that that you can't do. And you don't have to sell yourself for anything, because as long as you know that you can do business, as long as you, the same way that they do business with males, we also want to engage on that level, not on a level that I'm a woman, not on a level that you can negotiate other things that are not part of business. Let's stick to the business and let's do the business, and we'll show you that as women, we'll give you even more than that. Thank you.
I mean, how beautiful it is to listen to such an objectivity, encouraging words. And I love it, the way such women like you think that men should not just see us as women, but they should also see us as leaders. They should employ us based on our professions, not based on because of these patriarchy issues that we are women or we are powerless also on. Thank you for motivating me more again.
Thank you so much. That's so powerful for women there. I hope you're being energized. Anita, I can see you say fantastic, THATO. Let me put that up there. That comment is so powerful there. We have strong women in this content. We have to give good support and opportunity and finance access to. I just said from Mozambique. Yes, exactly. We have to do that. I will be following up from Nigeria. We need affordable housing scheme for average family. Yes, that's the way to go. And as I said, there are quite a lot of comments here. You can see awesome. You ladies are truly inspirational and make us all want to aspire to bigger and better things in our lives. Oh yes, the only person who can stop you is just you and your passion. You have all the power. Yes, Cornelia, my dear sister from South Africa, as well here in Germany. Yes, women powers are very, very strong woman. I should be connected them. Your sisters are here, Cornelia. Ask a powerful question here. They're lady in construction, and we also have Michelle from US. Awesome lady, my heart is blessed today. I love you when I see my fellow Awe women and all my network and my fans. Anita as well. She is also in South Africa from Congo, doing a fantastic that also inspiring women. It's amazing. I know so many of you. I love that when you follow us and follow our work. Thank you so much for your comment. If you have any questions, ladies, go ahead and put down. And we'll be going slowly. We are almost going 1 hour now. And I'm looking forward to really get this conversation even further and beyond. And I like the way you just say there that women need to take responsibility, take roles, and and that is so important, especially the time we are now. women need to take up their roles. And some of you who are here and they have not followed up our discussion today, it's all about these powerful two ladies. One is engineering, construction industry. We are looking for people who are, if your country needs construction of the roads, THATO is here. You have the tech lady, Joshna, as well from South Africa. Today is South Africa flags flying here from Germany, and Kenya, coming, Gambia, and Germany. So these are very network in the diaspora, and we are women. We are supporting each other. And I like the way you said, we can manage the jobs. I had a conversation not long ago, and I want to hear from your side, especially in the career world, right? And the women are, I'm going to throw these questions, just very raw, yeah? And it's about women. How can you make the working environment easier for the women? Because both of you are employees and are employing women. And especially that we said you have 100% women. So you know how the conditions that the women are, they need, some of them cannot work full time. We have to give them good way of working. I can tell you here in Europe, I never work 100%. I have children. I tried one day, I almost choked myself with a lot of work. I work 80%, 60%, this kind of opportunity. Is this how is the environment of the women working? Do you work like part-time or 1 day, 2-3 days? Because don't forget, they have the responsibility at home, and they have full responsibility to take care of their children. Even if work comes, the family, especially here in Europe, the family comes first before the work. If you have not told somebody in advance, I can tell my boss, no, I'm sorry, you didn't tell me in advance, and I need to go take care of my children. I cannot go to an appointment. It's allowed to do that here in Europe. So how is it? Because women, let's face it, at home, when you have a husband, you're gonna come from home, come and cook. If a child is crying in kindergarten or school, you are the one to be called to go pick up. I know in the environment of Africa, you have so much support system, which is more different than here. But how are you making the women more comfortable in the industry where they're working right now?
I can go, Joy.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead, Joshna. Go ahead.
So the way I do it is I'm very understanding. I do know I don't put a lot of pressure, but when the deadline's, has to be met, it has to be met. So for me, it's just about being understanding and making the environment conducive for the lady that's working. So for example, I know that some of my ladies have one laptop that they're busy teaching their kids online, and they're still doing work for me. I've got to be aware of that. I've got to be aware of where they're coming from. I'm not the kind of person who likes to go in shouting, who likes to go in aggressive, but I like to come in with a very understanding point of view and try and help and nurture that person to actually, get the project done or get the task done. I'm always have like a support group for my tasks, and that's the way I conduct it. And I think that works for me in the most efficient ways. I also am very understanding that, we've got so many things to juggle as I do myself. And I always try to encourage my ladies to plan their days. So I'm never trying to throw things on them, because it really doesn't work. But we try and plan our days so that we can all be comfortable in producing and giving the best of ourselves. I think for me, understanding is the best, putting myself in the person's shoes.
That's
so
true.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Go ahead, Nyima.
I mean, that's really beautiful. Understanding is actually the best teacher to get really things done. And I would actually want to ask THATO this question. We just recently talked about showing men that we are not just women, we are more than what you guys thought we are. And you are here leading or spearheading two companies, construction into engineering and construction, two powerful companies, and also this women company. So my interest is, do you actually face patriarchal issues within this male-dominated company career, I would say? And if yes, how do you tackle this patriarchal issues?
To be honest, I think currently because of the main fact that our country is working on getting more women to get into spaces such as construction and so on, you'll find that more males actually are more welcoming, in getting females in the space. And for me, I find it very funny. I think I said I made a comment earlier to say you'll find the obstacles coming from females rather than males. And I don't want to lie, I don't experience so much when it comes to males, because they're always open-minded. And what's even funny, most of the opportunities that I always get that are not government related, they're actually from males to say, we've seen your work and we want to give you opportunity. And I don't want to lie, I've never received up to so far, I've never received any woman or any business coming directly from a female to say, from sister to sister, let's do this. No, ever. So I'm not sure how to feel.
It's like you are this male type like me. I love really collaborating with men because it comes easy. They don't just look at you as a female, but they look at you as a leader, and yes, you can do it. So, but
exactly.
Comrade women are also really energetic. I mean, like from the African women in trade, I mean, I think women are collaborating. Women are actually chit-chatting, trying to connect and make sure that they make things work. So we don't have much time. I have 2 or 3 more questions to 2 and 1 to Joshua. I just want to remind people that you are watching the African Women in Trade Weekly webinar. Today, our topic is how African women are spearheading male-dominated professions in technology and engineering industry. I am here with Joy. Good evening to wherever you are watching us from. My name is Nyima Jadama from Berlin. I'm a Gambian. And THATO, actually, from your profile, you also made mention of working as with the Mariam Makeba Center for Girls. What does your role entails in this foundation?
Okay. My role at the Mariam Makeba Center for Girls is the chairperson, the newly appointed chairperson. And I think it came from the fact that I had my own foundation, which is the THATO M Foundation. And my foundation, yes. So my foundation was basically on with phenomenal women. Obviously, I'm focusing on women and young girls. But with THATO M Foundation, I decided to do it differently, where I look at young boys as well, because you'll find that every time when I go out and I do workshops, you'll find those young men saying, okay, THATO, we see you focusing on women, but now what those same empowered women, they come into us, because you have not empowered us. Yeah. And I really took it to say, as much as we're empowering women or young girls, you need to make sure that those males are ready for those empowered females, and also to not close the doors on young boys, because they are also as young as the girls. So now with my foundation, then I started looking at young boys to say, how do I work with a foundation that are working with young boys, so that when you talk about girls and when you're giving them opportunities, the young boys are also actually given opportunities as well, because in most instances, you'll find that young boys don't have fathers, so they don't know how to be a father. And that's why that leads to all this domestic violence that we're looking into. And with the foundation, with the Mariam Makeba Foundation, because they've seen my work, they've seen the things that I'm doing. And I think last year, December, in our province, we took around 50 young girls from Bloemfontein in the Free State, and we got them a bus to go and go to one of the international airports in Johannesburg, which was such an experience for them, because they come from the rural areas. They've never been on a bus. They've never been outside the province. They've never been to the airport. So because of those other things that I've been doing, and every year, in the beginning of the year, I'll buy uniform for schoolgirls and for boys. So because of my work, and they've seen all the things that I've been doing, because I know a lot of people will say, you like to publicize what you're doing and so on. And I always tell them, I have a reason why I publicize. I don't publicize the children's faces because I know it's not allowed to, but because I'm in South Africa, there's what we call Brand South Africa So I'm a brand ambassador for Brand South Africa. So we call it play your part. So every time when you're doing something, then I'm showing that I'm playing my part as part of Ubuntu to say we were raised as taking care of other children, even if they're not your kids, they'll literally be your kids. So I think when it came to Miriam Makeba, they saw me doing exactly what Mama used to do. And when they approached me, I was shocked because sometimes you don't even know who's watching when you're doing all these things. So they say, you are the perfect candidate of what Mama wanted, and your passion about empowerment, the passion that you have about not just women, but about the girls, because we don't want our center to be just a center where we keep the girls. We want them to be empowered while at the center, so that when they do leave the center by the age of 18 and they go out there, they are able to make sure, to have a sustainable life where they can sustain themselves. So it's a big role for me, but I'm always ready. I'm always ready.
I'm actually wondering, you mentioned a whole lot of things, Maria Markiwa Foundation, the RTT consultant, the TAR thing, those phenomenal women. And I'm like, a colleague of mine asked me, Nyima, how many lives do you have? Because you do a lot of things. And I'm asking THATO, how many lives do you have? How do you manage all of this? I mean, the energy is just so beautiful, Sometimes I sat and asked myself, like, is it really okay to be like this as a woman? But it's beautiful. Keep it up.
It is.
Joshna, we are fast approaching the end of the interview. I have one more question for THATO, but then I will ask just this question regarding the African women in trade. So you are part of us as a country rep for South Africa in THATO as well. How did you get to African women in trade? Why did you join?
So obviously, for me, the vision and the mission of the Women's Chamber of Entrepreneurs is not to only be national, but to take it international, to take it into Africa. And, just through networks is how I got into the Africa Women in Trade. And I think it is such an amazing platform, not only for networking, but to leverage off other people, other ladies' strengths and their networks to get to get the message across, to grow what I'm passionate about, which is women and growing women. And, it stems from a very early time when I lost my mom. I think I just realized how much support she needed. And, as an entrepreneur, as a mom, as a sister, as a wife, in all those areas. And I thought if I could have my voice heard, not only here, but to the world, what an impact. And that is truly the ultimate vision of that. And being involved with the Africa Women in Trade is just such a privilege and such an honor to actually be part of it. And I can't wait to start making impact, actually.
Thank you. We can't also wait to see how best we can impact the world together. THATO, I am taking a quote from you, and that might be my last question. You said, the road to success is always under construction. What more success is under construction from you? What are we expecting from you?
You are expecting me to be part. Okay, I'm actually part of your.
Maybe that question will come later, but I just want to know about this. When I read that the road to success is always under construction, and I think that actually clinked a lot of questions to myself. So this is why I'm like, I need to ask you this question. It seems you have really more in your hands to do. What more success is under construction for THATO and her foundation, and whatever she's doing for women in particular?
What is in construction right now is to see more women going into the construction field all over Africa and rebuilding the Africa that we want, and making sure that our kids have water, they have proper shelter, and rebuilding Africa. That's just our construction for this year.
Good. And as also, how did you get in touch with African Women in Trade, and what is actually keeping up you with us?
I think because we have the same vision and we want to achieve the same things. And I just see us, I see all this, everything getting together, and I know we are going to make it. And we have powerful women amongst ourselves, and I don't see us failing. I just see us working together and making sure that more women are empowered, more women are getting opportunities, we are alleviating poverty, and we are rebuilding the Africa. And we're bringing back Ubuntu because that's who we are.
I love that. I love that. I am because we are. I mean, I love those wordings. I've been listening to you all, really powerful ladies. I am. So I hope all of you guys are thrilled out there. I can see quite a lot of discussions on the table, and I'll try to go through it because I like engaging the people as well, because they're the people who are here and learning something new with us. And as I shared on the website, that's the website for. That's THATO's website. Yes, I don't know where the echo is coming from. Yes, and that's THATO website to check all her work. That's where you can find her, and they're all having quite a lot of networks. This is also for Joshna as well. And check on them. You can watch the video later to get, and also you can add them on the chat for you as you're speaking right now, so that they can also follow it up on as well. Thank you so all our listeners. Great stuff, ladies. Keep on. Yes, keep on keeping on. That comes from Sebae Maila. I hope I said it well. It's in our DNA. Yes, Cornelia, it's in our DNA. No one can take us. Women are traders and movers. Keep on going. Thank you. Make change making change in one child's life, change more lives you can imagine. So that's a good statement there to take away with you. You are forced to recon with sisters. A good move from YouTube. Thank you so much from mentioning that. And a big statement, big up to you, queens, and inspiration indeed for us to push towards making our mark in the industry against all odds. We can make a huge difference as female leaders. Also, great connection there. I can say from Facebook there. Thank you, ladies. Yes, I can see as well. You ladies are true inspiration and make us all want to aspire to bring and better things in our lives. So powerful. I want to really appreciate all your connection there. Yes, power, ladies. So true. So I want to give you another 1 more minute so that we can close. There's another show coming up right now. If you are not yet there, a video project is also going on as we speak right now. It's started, and it's all about grants supporting entrepreneurs as well. But before we go to that point, what message can you give to our ladies there? There's a lady who is thinking, I don't think I can go to this industry, so male dominated. Just a one statement or a few words. How can you motivate this young lady who is very new in the industry, being faced with a lot of challenges, and she's hanging on as a shoestring. I mean, very close to changing her career because of the limitations of possibility of even not seeing the female in the industry. How can you empower them? I'll start with you, THATO.
What I would like to say to any woman watching out there is that never give up in your dream. If you believe so much in your dream, then you can never give up on it. And take women that are doing well as your motivators, not as people that are trying to outshine and whatever. Take them as people that are there to motivate you and learn from them. And once you learn from them, make sure that whatever that they're doing, do it double. And don't compete. We're not competing. We all have one vision, and let's push and make sure that we become the best in what we're doing. If you're a sweeper, make sure you're the best sweeper. Thank you.
Don't compete. Make sure you complete each other. I love this.
Definitely.
And I think I will give the word to Joshna as well. What message would you have for someone watching, especially a young woman trying to be looking up to you, want to get into such leadership position as you were doing? What would you tell this person?
I think for me, it's when you find what you love doing, you become the light, and you just open up.
And you shine on it.
Yeah, you just open up the path for others to walk on with you. So I say we have one life, we have one footprint to make on this earth, and make it the best. So for me, it's don't be discouraged, but be inspired. And like Tony Robbins says, you know what, live with passion. That for me is what I would tell somebody.
Thank you so much for that. So I'm also encouraging you, also take one girl with you. Let all of you take each one and mentor one with you. I'm here with Nyima. You can see
Take me.
I will always pull one up. Look for one person who actually will be doing exactly what you do, so that if anything happens to anyone, because sometimes we women, we do a lot of things and we forget when we are gone, who's gonna take care of everything. Take one person, mentor, let that person be a copy of you in the future, and you'll be following them up later. And I'm sure it's such a reward to see what you can pass on. So that's something I'm gonna pass to every one of you. And thank you so much to come. Nyima, thank you so much for hosting as well with me. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And ladies, South Africa, I am holding on you so tight with the African Women in Trade. Some of you who are listening to us now, check on us. The website is free to join, africawomenintrade.com for now, because we really have lots of things to come on that platform. And you are organized ourselves. South Africa, they're already set. Kenya is set. Tanzania is also set. Nigeria. And if you want to be part of us and be supporting, we have several countries that are also missing on the plot, and you can bring value on our table. We are looking out for you, and please join the website as well. You can also email us at info@africanwomen, africawomenintrade@gmail.com if you want to be our guest here. We'll be having a lot of discussion next week. It will be, I think it's wine. I'm talking about wine, right? Yes, it will be a wine discussion here. Women, again, I think we're going to go to South Africa. I hope there is wine. If you can challenge us, if you're not from South Africa and you have wine in the continent of Africa, email us as well, because we want this table to be full with our specialists and encouraging other women in business doing trading. And this time it was more services, as you can see here. It's about construction. It's about technology. There's so much. You don't need to go to other countries to get the technology and the services. They are here and they are run by women. How cool is that? Wow. I'm so excited. Thank you, Power Women. Let's follow the one, and I'm looking forward to see you again on our next platform in the near future, as well as you coming here to host your own members as well on this platform. Thank you so much for now for that. Yes, our listener. Thank you, Nyima, as well. It was such an honor to have you, Nyima, as I'm putting myself down.
Yeah, I thought it even finished.
And as always, an honor and having you here as well. Thank you for taking this time and pushing the agenda forward. And we can't wait for another discussion that is coming up next time. Thank you as well for being there for us as African Women in Trade.
Thank you for always having me around every Monday. It's always a pleasure to be part of this phenomenal women. Just listening to their stories actually give me more zeal to move on, to be that feminist leader that we should see things differently. So I am really grateful, and I personally learned a lot from these two women just by listening to them, and I hope they would be able to mentor more women in their respective sectors, to have more women in the technology, engineering, especially in construction, because it's a male-dominated field, and women, we lack our self-esteem to do such things. Well, I love it, as THATO said, try to pave ways or tackle into industries where people think you can't do it because you are a woman. Show them that you can't, and yes, we can. And yes, we will be meeting you guys again next week on our Monday sessions, weekly webinar, African Women in Trade. My name is Nyima Jadama. It's a good evening or good night from me from Berlin. See you next week with joy. And thanks to our beautiful guests, THATO and Joshna. It was a great pleasure having you women. And to our listeners, you make it happen. I hope you guys learned something as well. And we hope to see you again next week and every week and every week. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nyima, for being here with me as well. And I want to encourage all of you who are listening right now. We have a lot of things going on the platform, not only the what you have there, every other on all the platform. There are discussions going up. You can introduce yourself. You can showcase your business on our platform. All these are available on you on Facebook, on our Instagram. No, we also are on Telegram, and especially on our website. That's the main place where you can really find women who are doing great work, and you can really connect with them. We also have trainings that are going on at this as we're speaking right now. Apart from trainings, we have a project that is going on as we speak right now, and it's going on as of 12 minutes ago. And I encourage you to join this particular. It's about free grants from Germany, and we sharing with you opportunities that are there you can take for, especially for small businesses. Those people who are starting to think of starting businesses, these are grants you can get if you're from if you can combine yourself with a diaspora. You have to have a diaspora, somebody from the diaspora who is from Switzerland, Germany, and Austria, and you're living in Cameroon, Kenya, Ghana, Togo, Ethiopia. It's going on right now as we speak. I'm going to share with you the link here on the chat so that you can join the Zoom meeting that is going on. We have it every other second week. So check on that. It's a grant for you who are doing businesses. We have seen very good people who have got funds, starting farming, greenhouse. They are already some with doing opening small restaurants. Some of them have doing cattle, cows, milking. I mean, it's a lot of opportunity for you to take up on that. And I can't forget about the Awe Academy. Awe Academy is up now. We have classes that are going on. The last class is going on. As you can see, this is this Thursday. You can book this class because I'm telling you the information is amazing. The kind of information you'll never get anywhere else. How you need to know 15 types of funding. Unbelievable. Who would think 15? That we all think is going to the bank to get the money. No, there are so many ways of getting money nowadays, and you need to inform yourself if this is your hurdle for moving one step or to grow your business on a different side. So I encourage you to book this class. It's on Awe Academy, and how to get the Awe Academy is so easy. Go to our website, www.aweacademy.eu, and you get these classes there as well. Apart from that, we have also other classes that are also coming up. These are that are coming as how to grow your business. Grow your business is one of them that is going up. 101 and 102. Now you know your business, you know where you are. How can you move to the next level? These are powerful ladies with 25 years experience and giving you all this information. Join as well this class, and it's going on. As you can see, it's starting on 23rd of all the way to March. And then after March, the next class is follow. And then if you're thinking of starting how to start your own nonprofit, that's another place to also do that. Guerrilla marketing is another powerful opportunity for you to learn how to market, the modern way of marketing. It's so important to learn the modern way of marketing because it's changing. And how do you do it effectively to make your business go to the next level? These are all trainings that are going on. And the newest one that is actually just been announced now as we speak, we have agribusiness success masterclass, which is coming with a lot of ways. We are thinking of going to agriculture. How do you get into this industry? And you can find all these ones. We have around 4 classes coming up. It's already out, as I mentioned. Go to the www.aweacademy.eu. That's where you'll find all the information about the classes that are coming. And some of them are already recorded. Some of them are there already for you. The funding classes is recorded. As soon as you're a member, you take one of the membership. We have membership plus, basic and standard for them. Plus, you can see all the videos for free and learn something new from yourself. Check out on that on the website as we're speaking right now. So I don't want to waste your evening. Today was a very powerful day. It's about 2 ladies doing amazing work. African women in trade. We are moving. We are very powerful and so much getting informed. We are having our webinar. Our webinar is coming up, which will be on Zoom. We do every month, a webinar with a guest. Our guest will be coming to talk about Africa Continental Free Trade Area. What does it mean to you as a business person in your country? Come with all your questions, because this will be just purely about the agreement, Africa Continental Free Trade. It's already set. We're going to give you more information. Stay tuned. We send out every week newsletter if you are already a member. So make sure you have registered yourself in our website, www.africawomenintrade.com. That's very important to register. Otherwise, it's very hard to find us, where we are and what information we have to send. So thank you so much for being there with us. And let's network, let's empower each other in one way or another one. As my lady from South Africa said, Ubuntu, that's the best way to go. Yeah, I am, because we are. And that's how I'm going to leave the discussion for today. And see you again next Monday with the next guest. Trading is the way to go, as we say with Ubuntu spirit. Thank you so much. And I wish you a good week, a successful week, and a connection week. And stay safe. It's Corona time. Let's stay safe. Thank you so much. And God bless you. Bye-bye for now.